Hey, it's Chris with Picks and Sticks Music Studio. And if you're new to this channel, we're an all things music channel, and we like to support our local artists and bands. If you want to see more interviews like this one, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, hit that like button for us because that helps promote the bands. More views they get, um, more recognition they get. So I'm very excited about tonight's interview. We're interviewing Red Eye Orchestra, and this is actually episode number 30. I can't believe it's been already 30 episodes. We started this about 3 years ago, and so anyway, I'm very excited about this band, and let's start bringing them in. There's a couple of them in here, and I need to unmute them and start bringing them in.
The host has unmuted my mic.
The host has unmuted my mic.
How lucky are we? How you doing today, Chris?
Good, yourself?
Oh, I certainly can't complain. You been up to anything for the holidays so far?
My wife has me painting our upstairs foyer.
Ooh, that sounds like work.
We just finished that. It was a chore. It had like diamond pattern on it because I don't know, whoever owned our house before loved diamonds, and they put them everywhere in this house. So we had to sand them down, do all that crap. So that's what I did this weekend. But yeah, how about you guys?
Well, we've been working on a couple new tunes. We posted a few short reels of them on Instagram, and we're really excited to be back in the songwriting process.
Awesome.
Especially as we're gearing up for these releases.
Yeah, we're not quite headed into hibernation yet, but nice to have a little change of pace and kind of get those creative juices flowing again, as opposed to kind of the anxiety of getting on stage and tracking down gigs each weekend,
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, let's start off by introducing you guys, and we got 2 of the 5, correct?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll start with you, Christian.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Christian Robert. I play guitar and I sing in Red Eye Orchestra. I've been in the Atlanta music scene for quite a while, except for 4 years I went to college out of state. But I came right back real fast and got right back into the swing of things. And we started Red Eye Orchestra about, 2 years ago. So it was right before the world shut down. AJ
literally one of our first gigs was like the last party that everyone had before we all had to shut ourselves away. So, that was a pretty good debut.
Yeah. And one thing the pandemic did offer us was an opportunity to get our project going. So kind of our game plan had been, hey, we're going to work as hard as we can so that the second all the venues open up again, we can be getting shows, we can be recording songs, we can be doing the thing.
Right.
And it worked out. And we've been continuing to grow and continuing to release music. And it definitely worked in our favor, like putting in that groundwork when there wasn't any opportunity to play.
You want to introduce yourself, AJ, and a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Hey, everyone. My name's AJ. I am the bass player and vocalist, one of the vocalists for Red Eye Orchestra. Apologies for kind of going in and out. Just got off work and I just got home, got to feed the dog. But my commitment to the local music scene means I'm going to carry you guys around with me. So, everyone is going to get to see my like getting home from work routine. But yeah, I've been playing music in and around Atlanta, very similarly to Christian for a good number of years. Left for college and work for a while, but I could not stay away from Atlanta. And, through very good, friends and connections in the local music scene, I met Christian. we started making music, just a couple of us, and then adding, as many people know, adding more and more people to the group until we actually became an orchestra. So that's kind of my journey to the Atlanta scene and to Red Eye Orchestra.
Awesome. Well, we already have some activity in the chat. As always, we want people to ask questions, stuff. Scott's our moderator,
Hi,
so
Scott. Thank you.
Scott's awesome. He's been with us for 3 years. Well, I've known him since high school, but he's been doing this podcast with me for 3 years now. So he's been an awesome asset. So yeah, ask those questions in the chat. And Sean's so excited to hear what my favorite Atlanta band has to say tonight. And he's also
Shout out to Sean, who
Sean's
comes
the
to
OG fan.
literally all of our shows, and we really appreciate that.
That's awesome. He's glad you both came back.
We're really excited to be here. So have you heard our newest single?
I have, and we're going to be
Cool.
playing that in a little bit later, guys. So,
Yeah, we're excited.
Stay in this chat, and we're going to definitely play it. So, go ahead. Yeah. So, what's some of your biggest influences?
You want to take this one, AJ?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, I know that everyone says this, but we have a very wide selection of influences in the band. I can speak for myself. As a bass player, I'm very grounded in things like blues, things like jazz. I really love sort of very like thick rhythmic bass lines, but that give a little bit of like extra something something to the music. So you're listening to it and it's like keeping it all together, counting to 4 each time, don't worry. And I like to add a little flair from time to time. The guys are very nice to me. They sometimes even let me solo on the bass, which is very very progressive, I know. As far as writing music, Christian and I do a lot of the songwriting for the group. And for myself, I really love the spirit of collaboration when it comes to writing. And so I often start out with kind of the bare bones of something, a few chords or a hook that I really like. Very rarely start with the lyrics, but sometimes they come as well. But then I'll bring it to the group, and Christian and I are here. There's also 3 other members of the group. Will, our lead guitar player, Donnie, our keys and horn section, and Jake, who's our drummer. And we bring it to the group, and then it just becomes a what can we throw at this until something sticks. We really love the kind of improvisational approach to music. I'd say very similar sounds or very similar writing process to what I've heard from as wide ranging as like Red Hot Chili Peppers to Widespread Panic to a little bit of that classic like Allman Brothers or Doobie Brothers or any of the other brothers groups.
We're big brothers people.
Yeah. A lot of brothers out there.
We are a band of brothers.
One might say that, or a band of horses. Which is also another group that I think we take some inspiration from. Christian, chime in if you'd like, but I feel like our sound is very much bridging kind of that jammy, improvisational, sort of, throw it at the wall and see what sticks kind of sound, and then blending it with our other sensibilities, which is very much grounded in like pop music, or for me at least. I love pop music, love like the like simplicity of a good hook. Like that is one of the biggest highs that I can think of. Writing a hook that you're like, yes, like this is gonna get stuck in someone's head. So that's ultimately what I want. I want our music to be a brainworm, and that's often what I think of when I do the writing process.
Well,
Christian, anything else?
I would definitely agree with that. I've kind of always thought of this project as bridging the passions of my teenage years with the passions of my adult years. So as a kid and as a teenager, I was obsessed with Green Day, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Jimmy Eat World, and that sense of like pop punk songwriting is something that I think you can really hear in just about anything I've played on. But as I got older, and in my 20s, I started getting really into jam bands, Grateful Dead, Widespread Panic, String Cheese Incident, and I kind of like taking elements of that, advanced chords, long solos, interesting things that we can use to spice up the typical pop punk song structure. So I've always kind of seen this band as being an attempt to float in the middle of those two worlds.
Yeah.
awesome. We already have a couple questions in here. So, uh, Sean Law wants to know what's been your favorite song to write together so far.
Oh man, Sean, that's a great question. Oh man, Christian, off the top of your head, what do you think?
That's a really tough one. I have to say that we have a song coming out in a few weeks called Silly, and it was the absolute most fun I've ever had writing a song. It was a really collaborative process as
Yeah.
opposed to a lot of times we kind of take the Beatles approach where one person brings a song to the rest of the band, but here it was very collaborative, and I can't wait for y'all to hear it in a few weeks, but it's staying under wraps for now.
Yes. Yeah. I would agree. I loved writing that one. It truly was sort of everyone had a little bit of something and we all kind of brought it together. So that was a really fun experience. I think there's been a couple of songs that I've really, really enjoyed from our discography that you guys can go listen to. So one that I absolutely loved to write and also love to play is the song Nashville, which we put out, God, a year or so ago, a year and change. And that one was actually, it was written by our drummer. Again, very progressive band. We let the drummer write. And he kind of started it off. We added little bits and pieces of it. Came up with harmonies, came up with really cool solos. It features another local artist, a singer named Lola Cole. So she, absolutely killed the vocals on that as well. So that was a really fun experience. And then one song that is kind of a deep cut, so the fans will know. It's a song called Lennox Road. And that one was, you remember,
I
that one,
do.
it's off of our first EP. It's Red Eye Orchestra EP. It's a very simple song. It's a very silly song. But I remember writing it so clearly. It was, again, one of those where just everyone had a little bit and piece. And Christian and I wrote the lyrics like I wrote one verse, you wrote one verse. We came up with like something in the middle. And that's one of my favorite songs. And the band is going to hate me for saying it because we never get to play it live. Now I'm going to peer pressure you into letting me play it live. No, but that's another one that I really love to write. So great question. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, and Sean's got another question. So,
Ooh, bring it on, baby.
We got quite a few people in here. Don't let Sean be the only one asking questions. Oh, that was not a question, but he was just saying every show has been unique and loves the improv. That was based on your influences, I think, and we totally skipped over the icebreaker question because you guys are awesome. You're on top of this, and you're actually providing your own questions almost, which is awesome. What was your favorite holiday tradition?
I can do that one. So in my family, we're really big like readers, and we always have too many books on the go. But one of our traditions that we've been doing since my brother and I were in elementary school, we've always like had like a Christmas book exchange. And over the years, like, it's always, there's only 4 of us in our family, but it's always, you get one person, you keep it secret. But, for me, giving a book and, giving that kind of present in particular has always been something that feels really, really genuine, because it's almost like giving a piece of yourself, because it's always like, oh, I love this book this year. I think you're going to really like it. Or, for my brother and I, we like keep track of what each other is reading. And so it'll be like, ooh, I know what you've been reading. I'm going to get you something that's like totally weird and different.
That's
So
awesome.
that would be one of my favorite holiday traditions that the McKenney family does.
That is really awesome. I never even thought about that. I'm not a big book reader. My son is, and my wife is, but that's pretty cool.
It's a fun one. It's a cute little fun little low stakes. No intense feelings around literature.
All right. You have any?
Christian.
It's tough because I guess how do you define tradition? I'd say one that I've done for the past 2 years would be me and my girlfriend watching silly Christmas movies together.
Definitely.
Elf, one of my favorites, gets me every time.
No, that's one of our favorites. We say those lines probably daily.
Yeah.
What we did the other day was, my sons, I have 2 kids, 2 sons, and we've always watched, like, Christmas Vacation, and I was like, I
Oh man, I
I
remember that
seen
one.
recently there was a photo of, Chevy Chase, Brinkley, and, his wife's character. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but anyway, there's a photo of the 3 of them I sent to my wife, and my kids were on the text message, and they're like, "Who's that?" I'm like, You don't know who Christy Brinkley is?" So I made them watch Vacation last night.
Good. Educate the
Like
youth.
the original Vacation, not the Christmas, you know what I mean? So, anyway, Chris has got a question here. Who's your favorite Atlanta band right now?
Ooh, that's really tough.
Yeah,
So I'd have to say for me, it's a two-way tie. The first one I'm gonna say is Bad Guru. I'm not sure you ever seen them live. They hit hard. Like I'm talking, the guitar riffs punch you in the chest, and you can feel your skull vibrating in time with the music. They also have their lead guitarist Ethan. I think might be one of the most slept-on lead guitarists in the local scene right now. Just so talented. Definitely check them out. The other one that I have to say is the Daisy Chains. We played a show with them at Heck House a few months ago. They are such fun vibes, and we really got along with them. So they'd probably be tied for first place as well.
Yeah, what
Yeah, I
after this
gotta shout out. I gotta shout out Bad Guru as well. I mean, they are just like such a unique sound in a city where there are so many unique sounds. So it's funny to kind of think about that. But they can do, just in my eyes, they can do no wrong. But I got to shout out. I mean, Ethan, fantastic. I got to shout out Sierra, their vocalist. She's like an absolute powerhouse of a lead vocalist, and I love a female fronted like metal or like hardcore band. It's just something that like I love. Another one that I got to shout out. I love OK Kennedy. Kind of a band or solo artist or whatever you want to call them, but saw them at the bag. Can I say ass?
Yeah, it's fine. You said you could. That's all you want.
And saw them at the Masquerade. Let's just say that. Saw them at the Masquerade and absolutely blew me away with their stage presence. Such a fun live show. So if you have a chance, go check out OK Kennedy.
Yeah. When this is over, if you don't mind, I'll remember that one. The one Christian said, I can't remember what you said, but text or message me.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well,
Yeah, you'd adore the Daisy Chains. They're real good.
Yeah.
Daisy Chains. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, Bad Gurus. They're one of my. I have like probably a top 10 of my favorites just because I've become close with them. It's not because their music's better than anybody else's or anything like
Mhm.
that, just because I've, you know you know, got relationships with them over the years or whatever. But Bad Guru, man, they're just freaking awesome. And I saw them at Smith's Old Bar, and
So good.
like Blake's bass, man, it just hits you in the chest,
Oh yeah.
Rips.
and it's awesome. Like he's melodic, but yet he like hits it right on the bass note too, you know. And I
Yeah.
Yeah.
was gonna ask you that earlier, AJ, when you were talking earlier. It's like, are you more of a melodic player, or are you more like on the bass?
I would say primarily, I'm pretty much trying to lock in like with the drums and the rhythm guitar. I love very like abstract or very melodic bass lines, but I find that the best way to let the bass shine in Red Eye Orchestra songs is to have like a really simple bass line, something with like maybe just a little bit of flair where you're like, ooh, like, did that guy just play that? But I don't want it to like overpower anything. And especially, this is more of like a technical thing. When I'm singing and playing bass, I don't want it to be too complicated because then I can't sing and play at the same time. So I try and do that, but I have a pretty wide range of influences, including like much more melodic or virtuistic bass players, and especially like jazz bass. Some of my favorite artists like Miroslav Vitos, or I love like Geddy Lee from Rush. Like I love like um, I'm trying to think of some others, like you know those are kind of a couple of my big inspirations, but
Right.
I find that it's hard to work that sort of bass into our music.
Man, we're getting so many questions. This is awesome. This is great. This is what I love is when people, we got quite a few people in here. Just keep bringing the questions in. That's what,
Hi, everybody.
that makes my day is when other people ask questions. 'Cause my questions suck. I've said that multiple interviews. Like everybody else has better questions. Like I have to come up with questions every single interview, and it's like it starts to become repetitive. And then when other people ask questions, it's like it's fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bring them on.
They're starting to come in faster than I can see them. Um, here, hold on. Let me
Oh my
scroll
lord.
here. Sorry. Um, where'd I go? Where'd it go? Here. Um, that wasn't a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good. And that's one of the things I'm gonna do pretty soon. Of course, I'm gonna say the idea and so I'm gonna steal it. But I did a video recently about like I did like riffs, local band riffs, Atlanta riffs, and like so bands submitted their guitar riffs, and it was awesome. It was like I had like 10 or 12 bands submit riffs. It might have been lower than that, but it was awesome. But I'm thinking about doing one with front women.
Ooh,
So there's
wow.
Yes.
bands that have Bad Guru and Misty Eyed and
Ooh, that's another phenomenal pick.
Yeah.
yeah.
What was the other? Does the rack? No, the rack.
Yeah, the Racks,
Yeah, the
she's
rack.
awesome. Um, who's the other?
Oh,
Last Chance Riders. I don't know if you know Last Chance
Ray
Riders.
and the Ragdolls.
There's so many. So
Yeah.
that's I'm gonna
That's
do a
another
video
one I
on
got
that.
to shout out. Ray and the Ragdolls rip.
All right, here's one from Sean again. Uh, what what's been your favorite venue to play at so far? Tell us about your favorite show.
That is a great question. For me, I it was not only a great venue, but also kind of like a big um, achievement of mine or dream of mine. But I loved playing Smith's Old Bar. I we've played both the downstairs and the upstairs, and both times, like, not only was it just a really fun show, both of them were really fun shows, but also the staff there, like, they took care of us so much. Like, I cannot shout them out enough. They really know what they're doing. The sound was amazing, the quality was amazing, the crowds were amazing, like, on both fronts. We got people dancing and people like shuffling in the crowd, and you know tipping their bartenders, which is good. But Smithsonian Bar is also such an Atlanta institution, and growing up in Atlanta, I would see bands that I loved playing there, and before I could even get in, like, when I was underage, I couldn't even go and see some of them. And to have an opportunity to play at this venue that I've heard about and dreamt about for since I've been in Atlanta, which is like, I kind of grew up here. I was here for at least like 6 or 7 years before I went off to college, and then I came back. So I've been here for a total of probably like 10 to 12 years. Smithsonian Bar was such a dream come true.
I definitely agree. That was the coolest stage we've played. We opened with Miserlou, cover of the classic surf rock song, and right after the main lead riff, before the whole band comes in, the curtains just opened, and it was the coolest feeling.
It was so cool.
Yeah. Also, shout out to my man Henry, who had driven all the way down to play that show. It was they're a dead cover band, so it was just kind of like perfect for us, and they had some wicked jams that night.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was laughing at the questions. There's this is heated. If you have multiple siblings, it's heated.
Oh yeah. Luckily, I don't.
Okay. Who's your favorite sister?
That would be tough, but it would be you, Jennifer. Unfortunately, there's just no competition.
And then AJ, who's your favorite boy?
Probably my dog Vince, who would love to come on camera. Not only is he the best boy, where is he? Come here, bud. We've got this man right here.
He was actually the star of our music video, "Dirty Old Dog," which was our first.
He was a star in
full production music video, and so much fun to shoot.
Yeah, and he is featured in it. He was on his best behavior. Only fell asleep a couple of times on set, and did a lot. Was paid in treats, so it was a very good deal for us. But that's a great. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go check out our music video for "Dirty Old Dog." Dog spelt the proper Georgia way, DAWG. It's a really, really fun video. It's a really fun song. That, going back to that first question, I mean, that was such a fun song to write and to play with. It's sort of my kind of my homage to the Stooges, which is one of my favorite bands, but that real punky bluesy kind of vibe, but with our kind of jammy psychedelic twist on it. But it's a great video if you like dogs, which how can you not?
You're gonna hate me and Scott, but we're both Florida fans. We're from Gainesville, Florida, so.
Oh well, cut that part out.
We already answered this one, but yeah, what's your favorite venue to play at?
For me, I know I just said that Smith's was my favorite stage. However, it was a dream of mine since I was maybe 14 to play at the Masquerade, and I got the opportunity when I was a senior in high school. I was in a grunge band at the time, and we played Heaven Stage at the old Masquerade. And ever since then, I just wanted to get back. So earlier this May, we opened for the Muckers, an Irish punk band, and we opened for them in Hell at the Masquerade, and it was a really good show. We actually ended up doing a last-minute on-the-fly collaboration with another band there, the Roundabouts, who were an Irish folk band. I'm really not sure how we ended up getting billed into this all-Irish bill, but we had a blast. We had a guest fiddle player, we had two guest guitarists, and we played the Dropkick Murphys shipping out to Boston, and it was just some of the best energy I've ever seen in a venue.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Right. A lot of people are asking questions that I already had, but you know what? We're already 30 minutes in. Let's talk about your we'll get back to the people's questions too, but we have to play this single too, right? So let's talk about your single that just came out.
Sounds good.
So who wants to start on it? We're about to play it, so let's just talk about it a little bit, not the
Yeah.
recording process of it and everything, just like a little, little snippet.
I mean, my elevator pitch for this one is it's a classic story, a song just about, you know, longing. That's it, longing. Lots of great songs written about heartbreak or whatever you want to call it, and let it out. I wrote it in the shower, so like another classic story. It's a very classic bluesy psychedelic jam that I hope you guys enjoy.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna mute both of you just so there's no sound while it's playing.
Understood.
All right, got you mute, got mute you. All right, and then gotta go to the screen, and we're gonna share the screen. All right, here we go. Came out I think 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago.
My love is kind, my love is tender, like a flower, in that it only blooms once in a blue. I don't know why, I don't know why, I don't know why, but I know that it's true. Don't make me beg or fall to my knees when I'm down and out. It makes it hard to breathe, and I want the truth as long as it's free. I don't want to pay for the pain that comes with relief. Be my blue moon lover, 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 be my blue moon lover. moon lover, be my blue moon lover, be my blue moon lover.
Awesome, 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 awesome. If I can get the mouse to the right place. What the heck am I doing? There we go. Sorry. Oh, I gotta unmute you guys now. See, I try to make it perfect, but then when I have to unmute people, it makes it tough.
All
Oh,
right. So what'd you think, Chris?
that's probably like, I don't know, like the 6th time I've heard it. So, like I
Excellent.
said, when the first time I ever played it, I was, I played it and I actually texted you guys immediately or message about the organ. The organ stood out. I mean, the intro was awesome. We have that little melodic lead in the beginning, but that organ, man, it was awesome. It's like, is that real? Is that real? And you're like, yeah, it's real. I was like, that's so awesome.
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily. It wasn't a like a B3 or anything. What it was is a Nord keyboard. Donnie loves his Nord, and it really makes some amazing organ sounds. But it is solid state technology, and they are patches, so it is it's interesting. So
Yeah, but it's not MIDI. It
is not MIDI.
It was somebody literally playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You just don't get the same feel.
Donnie is incredible. He couldn't join us tonight, but I'll just give him a quick plug. He actually is pretty active on TikTok for the kids out there. He's pretty active on TikTok, and he'll show kind of his process of playing with different like patches or playing with all of it. He's got a great collection of like really cool instruments. He's got a really great sound from, again, sort of that like organy, like bluesy, jazzy kind of stuff. He'll get real classical. He'll get real like classic rock. Like, give him a look. It's Donnie G, like Gee. I think on all of his socials. But check him out. He's got some really, really cool stuff.
That's awesome.
He keeps popping up on my TikTok, and I'm like, hey, I know that guy.
Thanks, Sean. Yes, we will definitely do this. We'll do this. I'm working on a video right now. It's like probably I don't know. I've never been so excited about a video that's about to come out, but it's coming out Christmas Day. 8:00 Christmas Day, because I don't have an interview because it's Christmas. And it's about a town down in Florida called Cedar Key, and you wouldn't believe, like, as small this little island is, how much music there's people that travel to go to this island to play music on this island. So that's what this video is about. I've never been so passionate about a video, but as soon
Y'all
as I
tune
finish
in. Y'all better tune in. What,
But
Christmas Day? Christmas night.
night,
8
yeah.
p.m.
So as soon as I finish that video, I'm going to start doing this front woman one, and
Cool.
everybody send them in, and I'm sure we'll be doing. I want to do a riff 2 one, so we'll do that too. And Smith's Old Upstairs is my favorite. Yes, it's pretty good. I like it. It's good. Oh my gosh, what is it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll get right on that, Charlene. That's
The
one of
life
my
of a-
coworkers.
The life of a working musician, am I right?
um, yeah. So what was your favorite part of? Shoot, sorry, it won't go away. There it goes. What was your favorite part of recording that song? I know that wasn't on the list, but I just
No, that's a great question.
I'd have to say for me, it was getting to collab with Glenn Zexer at Tree Sound Studios. He was our engineer and our mixing, and he was our tracking engineer and our mixing engineer. And he did really, really, really phenomenal work on Blue Moon Lover. And he was really patient with us through the whole process. And it was a really awesome time to be able to record in a room that so many famous artists have recorded in. So yeah, definitely working with Glenn and Tree Sound was the coolest.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Like, it's hard to pick one part of the process that was fun, because so much of it was so cool. But just on the whole experience was, just it, it sounds cheesy, but kind of a humbling experience to be in the same studio in the same room as so many cool musicians that I've loved forever. Like, they have everyone there from freaking like Outcast to Matchbox 20. Like, it was like like an insane like array of different groups. And to be there was kind of a really humbling experience as a small up and coming artist.
Right. Now, who did the final mixing? Was that you, Christian?
No, so our tracking engineer also did our mixing. That's Glenn Zexer at Tree Sound Studios. And then I mastered it. Okay. So I put that final limiting touch on it, bring it up to marketing volumes and whatnot.
And I did nothing.
This chat is funny. Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I'll get y'all some y'all just, it'll be a couple of minutes here.
All right. Question. I finally got through all the questions. So now, or comments, questions.
Oh my God. Looks like it.
I keep doing that too many times. All right. So what's your writing process when you guys write songs? Like, it sounds like, it was awesome. You mentioned earlier, like AJ, you mentioned about, you let your drummer write a song, right? But like there's some famous drummers that are so talented in writing songs. Look.
Oh yeah, Jake is a phenomenal songwriter. He did our song Nashville, and he's been a contributing part. I mean, he wrote he's written guitar riffs for us, and he's just really stepped up to the plate, because a drummer at the time was what we needed. We already had too many guitar players, so he really stepped in and he filled in the role. And yeah, really, really talented guy. And we jest about how we're a progressive band because we let the drummer sing and front songs. But at the end of the day, he is such a core part of our process. All jest aside, we really wouldn't be where we are at all without Jake.
For Jake features, check out Nashville. And on our latest EP, which is entitled Wishing Well, he wrote the song Looking Glass. And I mean, got to shout him out. When the EP came out, that song was my family's favorite. So I was written out of the will and Jake was put into the will.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the strongest ones on that.
Yeah, it's a really cool one. He went somewhere. Chris.
Well, AJ, it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's been really great to see you, Christian. I mean, I think. All right, I'm going to interview you.
All right.
All right. So, who is your favorite? Who is your favorite as a musician, who would you
Okay.
say are your favorite lyricists in or not in Red Eye Orchestra?
Oh, that's really tough. I'd have to say I'm my favorite lyricist, but you and Jake
Gotta
are
love
tied for a
yourself.
close second. No, but really, I feel like we all have very different lyric styles, and
Mhm.
I would say personally, I have been like historically in my development as a musician, I feel like I've been very much primarily a lyricist, but as time has gone on, I found myself more and more inclined to writing chords and writing melodies, and I think that's something that's allowed me to grow as a musician, and I kind of relegate the lyric writing more and more to you and Jake.
Dang, that's what's happening. Okay.
Welcome back, Chris,
That
to our
makes sense.
podcast.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. No, we like keeping the chatting going here. We're kind of talking about lyrics.
Can you hear me?
There we are.
You know-
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. I know you didn't ask, but for myself, lyrically, I say Christian is probably my favorite lyric writer in the band.
No.
I like his lyrics. I gotta say, they're they cut that line between like emotional and like honest, but not like super cheesy, which is a hard line, especially if you're doing kind of pop punk influence stuff. It's really easy to lean on cliches.
Yeah,
You know,
I feel like the
would say-
secret is you want like 1/10 a cliche, right?
yeah.
Not so
I mean,
much
there's
a
some
cliche
truth
that
to
it.
a cliche, but
Yeah.
you know, they're a cliche for a reason. You know, I would say like, you know, for myself, like my biggest lyrical influences are, you know, definitely the groups that I used to listen to in high school. Like, you know, I was a very emotional child, so of course, you know, there's like Death Cab for Cutie and Tegan and Sarah and, you know, Vampire Weekend or Passion Pit or, you know, all of those kind of indie rock. Stars is another one where it's a little bit confessional, it's a little bit poppy. You know, I'm writing about my experience, but I want like other people to understand, so I don't want it to be like too in my head. You know, and trying to toe that line of honest but not like overwhelmingly oversharing, which is sometimes very easy to do.
Hey, you guys did an unbelievable job on that test. I wanted to test that my computer died, and then I had to bring it back, and the interview went like flawlessly. You
Yeah,
guys
I
did
mean,
an unbelievable job. Proud of you. That's the first. I was about to cry, and then I came back in, and you guys like freaking rock starred it. And
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, AJ.
so on future stuff, what's going on in the future? You mentioned earlier about a couple new things going on. You want to talk about that?
Yes.
So we have
Oh no, go for it.
We have our new single coming out. It's going to be called Silly. If you peruse our Instagram, you can find a short clip of us playing it live at Smith's Downstairs. It features a really hooky guitar riff that I think is going to get stuck in people's heads.
Excellent.
So we're going to be looking for that around the first week of January. We're
Nice.
still getting through some procedural stuff with art and the distribution company and whatnot, but it's coming real soon. And it was actually recorded in the same session as Blue Moon Lover. So it features the same live studio setup, and really was a privilege to be able to record such a cool space. So.
Yeah. You know, other than that, as I said, kind of both of us said in the beginning of the interview, like we are truly in writing mode. You know, we've got, you know, we're already working on some new stuff. So, you know, looking into next year, we want to kind of, you know, when things start picking back up after the holidays, we want to jump into the scene, you know, playing gigs again, featuring some new stuff, working on some new covers because everyone needs a good cover in their set list. We like to cover a lot of different kinds of music as well. Like we're not only writing original stuff, but we try and do kind of a wide range of covers. So we've talked about, like, we covered Miserlou, the like classic Dick Dale song. We've covered Band of Horses. We covered Grateful Dead. We've covered Tom Petty. We've covered Trixie Mattel. Like, we've covered so many different artists. We're back to looking at what we can do and bring our own kind of original spin on music that's already out there. It's already been written. So what can we do to improve it?
Right. No, it's always awesome to see bands like take on their version, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially on songs that are like overproduced, like songs that are just like way, they'll have like orchestras and all this, crazy stuff on it. And it's like, well, what can you do with like,
Orchestras? That's crazy.
it's like what can it sound like with just like, a 5-person band or a 3-person band? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I got the hint. Orchestra.
Yeah.
You know what I meant. Like November Rain or something,
Oh yeah.
Let's
actually
see.
Be a great song to cover.
Yeah.
It would.
We'll shelve that.
I must have missed something while I was gone. I don't know what you guys were talking about when I was gone, but then
your guess is as good as mine.
So
shouting out our
Spies
songs
is a song that AJ wrote, and Ode to Darling is a song I wrote.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, both of those are on. Oh no, Spies was a single, and then Ode to Darling is also on our EP Wishing Well. That's a fun one too. Christian wrote that from the heart, but it's not cheesy. It's just it scratches an itch, I think.
Right.
It's a little cheesy, but I love it still.
What are your future goals?
Tour the world. No, I don't have time in my schedule for
your immediate future goals.
I would really like to play some local festivals and do some out-of-town shows here in the Southeast. Very much, like, I would love it if we could achieve my ultimate goal of becoming a regionally known band. I'm not sure that it would be a good idea to wish for anything more than that.
Hey, you never know, man. People blow up and all of a sudden they're on a world tour,
I would just love to my goal with this group is really to produce like a full-length album of original stuff. Try and play a lot more venues in and around Atlanta. And the kind of outside area. We've played kind of OTP a little bit, but yeah, doing some like out-of-state gigs would be really cool. Into like Alabama or the Carolinas or Florida, even Florida. Florida pretty well, very laid back. Yeah, I mean, there's between 5 very talented musicians. Yes, I will count myself in there. I think there's a lot of potential for some really cool, upcoming collaboration, and truly, I can't wait to see where we take it.
Nice. Where can people see you play? What's your upcoming shows?
We actually don't have anything booked right now. We're very much solidly in writing mode. I anticipate that we're going to be having some bookings beginning probably February 2023. Yeah. And those are in the works. Emails are being sent, hands are being shaken. But right now we definitely are in a write and release mode right now. We've played a lot of shows this year and we've had a lot of fun, but the winter season always slows down in the local music scene, and we're definitely grateful for the rest.
No, yeah. I mean, with the holidays and stuff like that, it's tough.
Absolutely.
You can definitely check us out right now. For folks who need that itch scratched. check us out on Instagram. We post a lot there. We post like clips from new songs that we're writing. We post like little clips from our practices, so you can see kind of what we're working with, and see the madness behind what we finally put out. We try and have fun with it. So we appreciate followers. We love you guys. Come through. And check us out on Instagram, Red Eye Orchestra.
If you could play, okay, I'm going to change up this question. If you could play anywhere in the next 6 months, where would it be? And if you could play anywhere in the next 2 years, where would it be?
So the first one is the more realistic one. The second one's the dream.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Oof. I really want to go back to my college town and play the Blind Tiger in Greensboro. That's definitely one I want to hit. Long term, it would be my absolute dream to play a show at Red Rocks, but that is seriously reaching.
That's everybody's answer, though. So
yeah.
That's like Babe Ruth, right? Who's the best baseball player in the world?
Yeah.
History, Babe Ruth.
I would love to, I would love to play some, a lot more of the, there's so many cool breweries in and around Atlanta. So I would love to play like Wild Heaven. I would love to play Sabbath Brewing. I would love to play, a few of the like bars in East Atlanta. The Earl would be awesome. A little bit grungy, but like, I think we can do it. We'll get some ripped jeans.
It's a flannels.
As far as like, kind of taking it a step further. And I think Christian already said this, but I would love to play like a local festival. Like we would love to play, something in Atlanta, like, Sweetwater 420 Fest, or, something like, one of the smaller stages at like Shaky Knees. Is like, that would be a dream for me.
Absolute goals.
Yep.
Oop.
Wait, I thought we were gonna. Yeah, I thought we were about to lose AJ when we lost Christian. You guys.
Well, I'm still here.
But
now we can spread rumors about Christian.
That's right.
I'm back.
Dang it.
What's
saying,
funny is AJ
guitar players, he actually has 7 fingers on each hand. It's crazy.
Is that how he's so good?
No.
What's funny is AJ's the one that started turning into a robot and like started doing the and then Christian disappears. I'm like, wait, how's that work?
Just as mysteriously as they arrived, they were gone.
I might have nothing to do with the internet. Mine I just forgot to plug in the laptop. All right, let's wrap this up. So where can people find you guys? Where can people find your music?
Literally whatever your preferred streaming platform is. If you want, if you're a Spotify person, we got you. You're an Apple Music person, we got you. If you're a Napster person, we got you.
Bring back Napster.
Honestly, feel free to illegally download our music. I'm just happy you're listening.
Yeah. And we're anywhere that music is streaming. You can check out some of our music videos. We've made a few. They're all on YouTube. They're really fun. Go give them they're very fun, very silly. We love to keep it light and fun. And as far as following us and listening to, out for updates or when we go back out and start doing shows, Instagram is the best place to check us out. We're also on, the other social media platforms, Facebook, the other ones, Twitter, TikTok. Are we on TikTok? Christian, are we on TikTok?
We are.
Okay, we're on TikTok. I don't know if we posted anything, but we are going to get the Gen Z. Like, we're going to get them. We're solidly millennial guys, so, it is what it is.
Well, all the links. Well, I put your link tree down in the description, like so
Awesome.
down,
We do love a link
down
tree.
below. Like people don't understand that it's down. Like go down, scroll down.
Sometimes I find the what is it? The emoji that goes. This was always
Yeah,
good.
yeah. That's like when somebody asks a question that was already answered, like 5 things up, and you're like, look up there. It was answered up there, but this is down there. All right, cool. So we got social media. You guys, we covered that. Anything else you guys want to plug?
Well, I'd just like to thank you for hosting us, and we
Yeah.
really appreciate this opportunity to talk to you. And we'd love to see you out at a show sometime.
Yeah, please come through. Everyone who is watching and commenting, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys engaging with us. Go ahead and make sure to like and subscribe to Chris, because this is really, really cool, like local music, really honest stuff. There's so much nonsense on YouTube. So when you find something that's actually good, please like and subscribe. Again, thank you so much for having us on and bearing with our silliness.
No, this is awesome. You guys held your I didn't even need to be here. Like we proved that. But and your listeners are awesome. They asked, Sean, good job with the questions. And there was somebody else in here that asked some questions too. That was way up there. Chris, thanks for all the questions. Scott, thank you for helping us as always.
Thank you, Scott.
I owe you, buddy. But yeah, I definitely want to come see you play soon. So don't be afraid to message me. You're like, hey, we're playing here this weekend, because
we won't be strangers. That we can promise.
That's right. And eventually I want to have like a weekly thing where like on maybe Thursday I shout out where everybody's playing. Right now it's just hard to get a list.
Yeah,
but if I can get
I've
a list,
there's an Instagram account called Kapoor House that has done a really good job of cataloging the live shows that are going on. That might be a good place to start.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out, and maybe I'll put that in the description down below too, maybe.
Yeah.
Since we just mentioned it. We'll see. Cool. All right. I appreciate you being here. Hey, everybody, thank you for listening. We had a good turnout tonight, and everybody go home. Everybody go straight home.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.